I worked at Farmers Co-op Creamery and started in 1961, and then I got the ODI scholarship, so I came back and would go to school 6 months and work at Farmers Co-op Creamery. I made butter and cottage cheese down there. I was offered a position working with Floyd at Oregon State as assistant in food technology and kind of superintendent of the dairy plant, and also doing the lab work on some of the processing classes.
I used to work at Oregon State every day. Roy Stein and what was Orville Young would come by and say, "When are you going to get him to go to college? Make him sign up." You know, and they really pushed him. And Oregon State in the dairy industry has been great partners.
Went to work at Fred Meyer in 1970. Worked there for 25 years, became a production manager and then assistant plant manager, and stayed there until 1996. After I retired, well, then Kathy and I volunteered to help ODI with their scrapbooks and then on the cheese tray, and that's what we do now.
That was a big job to get it all organized.
And we've managed to organize those, identify as many pictures as we could. I believe we have 2,500 pictures on our file. We have a index system so that we can go to the computer and put in a code and find all the pictures of a given individual.
They came in boxes and just all mixed together, except for when June Daly was secretary. She was amazing, and you know, her husband took the photos, and they just did a great job. So her years were pretty easy, but all the executive secretaries weren't as capable and didn't do as organized a job of keeping the pictures identified. I would go by the hairstyles on the men, the width of the ties on the men.
It was my job to go ahead and index, find what year it was, and then I had everybody's name that we'd identified, and then I'd write in what page and picture number it was.
But the most fun of the whole thing, the whole project and all the work, makes it worth it when somebody comes up to the tables at ODI or at the cheese tray and says, "Oh, come look at Grandpa's picture back in 1950. And it's just, oh, you know, it's very rewarding then to see the aging process of the dairy industry over the past 100 years. Work the last couple years, 3-4 years, has been the cheese tray. Him organizing that and doing all of the emailing and the organization of getting all the cheeses, and a lot of them donated and displayed and stuff. That's a lot of work, and you know, the scrapbooks you could do at your own good will, but the pressure comes a little more when it's tomorrow night's the cheese tray.
Yeah. It was actually Paul Elliker that started the cheese tray, and near as Floyd and I can determine, it was somewhere maybe a year or two before I got in the dairy industry, so it'd been in the late 50s, and then when Paul Elliker retired, by then it fell upon Floyd, and we had the food tech club or something, students or judging team that did the cheese, and then I don't know, they didn't come or something, and then Floyd decided, well, we just have a committee and prepare the cheese. We kind of have the same cheese tray committee, and we get it down to where we try to do it right. So
I know I have pictures of the cheese tray, some of the very first ones, and just, you know, not very many cheese selections, and it has grown so much, and this organization is so supportive of each other, and you know, it's just, I don't know, it's not like there's animosity, or they're just a great bunch of people.
Yeah, we felt like the industry gave us a lot, so we want to give a little